Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So, my friends at Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host, Mikey. Today's the Rainy Day Crochet Shawl. This is using Caron Ripple Cakes, and you just need 2 balls of this in order to make this, and you'll be using a 5mm size H crochet hook in order to play. So what we have here is a really easy pattern to be able to follow. It's a 2-row repeat once you get moving on this, and then it's a nice, easy way to be able to finish this off as well. So let's begin our journey. We are going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and just slip stitch it to the beginning one, and then pull through and through, and then you have the center ring of the very top of the shawl. Let's begin row number 1. Row number 1, we're going to start, and it will be a chain 3. That is your first double crochet, and the tail end of this, I would wrap it around the circle so that it gets trapped underneath. We want to double crochet into the center of the ring, and then we need to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to create the point. So how we do the point on this row is that there's going to be 2 double crochet first. So 1 and 2, and then chain 3, and then 2 more double crochet into the same circle. So this is technically going to be your point. Okay, the point is right here. You're going to chain 3 again, and then you're going to finish off this circle with 2 more double crochet right into the middle. So we have 1 and 2. So the yarn is changing color on its own in the sample as per the yarn, so you'll notice that's going to happen. If you went over top of the straggler like I did, you just use some scissors, safely cut that right down, and then you could move on to row number 2. So let's turn our work and begin that. So row number 2, we're going to start off by chaining 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That counts as a treble. And in the very next double crochet, I need you to put in a double crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, and in the next chain space right here, you're going to put in 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3, followed by a chain 1, and now we're going to do the peak, and the peak will be 3 double crochet to start. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and then you need to chain 4 to turn the point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then coming back into the same one, 3 more double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. You're going to chain 1 and come to the next chain space right here and put in 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to chain 2, and see this next double crochet right there? That's going to be a double crochet, and the next one is a turning chain, and in the top of that chain you're going to place a treble. So wrap the hook twice and into the chain. Don't go into a space between, stay within the chain work to keep it equal, and that's going to be finishing off with the treble. So it's a longer stitch that you'll see. Let's turn our work and let's do row number 3. Row number 3, we're going to chain 4. That's your first treble, and the next double crochet right here is going to be a double crochet. Now you're going to chain 2, and the next chain 2 space right here, there's going to be 3 double crochets. So we'll count those. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to chain 2, and do you see the next space that's between there? That's going to be 1 double crochet by itself, chain 2, and now you're going to jump to the point. And the point will be the same as what you know. It's going to be 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, and chain 4 turns the corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put 3 more double crochet in there to keep the point going. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to chain 2, and then just reach in between the 2 and just go right to the space and put 1 double crochet, chain 2, and then come to the next space and put 3 more double crochet in there. So we have 1, 2, and 3, followed by a chain 2, and the last 2 here, the first one is going to be a double crochet, and the last one has to be a treble in the top of the turning chain. So wrap twice and go right into the top of the chain. Okay, and that's what you see. So let's turn our work and move on to row number 4. So row number 4, you're going to chain 4 to begin, and then you were going to put in the double crochet into the next one, followed by a chain 2. That's a consistent thing. And in this space that you see right here, you were going to put in 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And then you were going to chain 1 and look for the next space right here, and that's going to be 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, look for the next space right here, and that's going to be 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, after this one's filled in, just chain 1 and now do the point. The point will be the same of 3 double crochet first. So we have 1, 2, 3, followed by a chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 double crochet into the same one. That's going to be a consistent thing throughout this whole thing. Now you're going to chain 1, and then you come to the next space, put in 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 3 double crochet into the next space. So 1, 2, 3, chain 1, come to your next space right here, 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And when you're at the end like this, you just only chain 2, and then you're going to finish it off. So you'll put in a double crochet in the first double crochet, and then a treble into the turning chain. We're going to move on to your next row in just a moment. So let's flip our work and let's begin that. Rows 5 and 6 are going to be the repeat through the whole thing until you finish, and we'll talk about that when we get there. And so row number 5 and 6 is just a repeat of what you already know. It's just getting bigger, and it's easier to show it to you on rows number 5 and 6. So chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet into the next one. And then chain 2. And in this space right here, you're going to put in your 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. So whenever you see this row here, you're going to then chain only 2, and then you're just going to work 1 double crochet into the spaces in between the groups. Then chain 2, come into the next space right here, and double crochet, and keep doing that until you get to the point. So chain 2 and working. So you got a row in this thing that is really quite quick. And you're going to do this all the way till you get to the point. And in the point, you already know that it's 3 double crochet. And then chain 4. And then 3 double crochet. Then you just start moving on this side. So chain 2 to begin, and it's 1 double crochet into the space, chain 2, 1 double crochet into the space, chain 2, 1 double crochet into the next space, chain 2, and watch for the end here. So this space right here will have 3 double crochets in it. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And now you're going to chain 2 and then finish off these 2. So that's 1 double crochet in the first and 1 treble into the next turning chain. So whenever you have this row, this is what it will look like. It's just, it will get bigger and bigger between the point and the edge. Let's turn our work and do row number 6. So when you're at a row number 6, you're going to chain 4 and double crochet into the next. Chain 2 and start at this space right here and put in 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. You're then going to chain 1 and see the next space that you run into, 3 more double crochets. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, come to the next space right here, and 3 double crochet. So that's what you're doing all the way across. You're just looking for these spaces. Chain 1, look for the next space. Chain 1 and keep doing this until you get to the point. Chain 1, points, you already know it's 3 double crochet to start. So 1, 2, 3. Chain 4 to turn. And 3 double crochet into the same point. So 1, 2, and 3. And then move down the opposite side. Sorry, I keep dropping the yarn today. So chain 1. Coming into the next space, 3 double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and keep moving through the spaces down to the end. Okay, chain 1, and then you'll come into this space before you get to these 2, and you'll put in 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3, and then don't forget you have to do a chain 2 after that one, and then put 1 double crochet into the next double crochet and a treble into the turning chain. And that will happen every time you're on a row number 6. And so you essentially are going to have a solid row, a whole row, and then a solid. So let's talk, go back to the pattern. Let's talk about what we're going to do next. So now we're looking at the diagram, and what we're going to do is repeat 5 and 6, and it says repeat 5 and 6 rows until the shawl along the center line measures approximately 35 inches. If you want the shawl to be bigger, you can continue to do that. The trick is that you have to end on a 5th row. So when we go to pick it up on the 5th row here, we're going to do the last 2 rows after that. So what I'm going to do off camera is that I'm going to do one more row of number 5, and then I'll show you how to end it. But you can do this as big as you want, as long as you end on a 5th row in order to do the final 2 rows, just like you see. So let's begin that section in just a moment, and then I'm going to take you to the edging after that, and I'll be right back. So let's pretend we got it to the size that we want, and you're ending on a 5th row that looks like this. So you know that how you chain 2, that's a chain 2 space. So that's an easy way to be able to do this final second last row. So you're going to chain 1, and you're going to single crochet in the tops of every one of the regular stitches. And you are going to match the same count that these are in. So this was a chain 2, so you put 2 single crochets into that space. And then you'll put 1 into the regular stitches that you see. This is another chain 2, so put a chain or 2 single crochets in there, 1 into the top of this, and etc. So then coming up to the point, there will be 7 single crochets in the point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now you're just going to start heading down this side and just put 1 into each one of the tops of the stitches, and then just match the stitch count with the chains. So this is a chain 2, so put 2 singles in there, and etc., and go all the way to the other side, and I'll see you back here and we'll do the last row together. So I'm coming up to the end, make sure there's 1 single at the top of the turning chain, and then turn your work and let's do the last row. So the whole edging here is just a matter of keeping in the counts, and there's nothing special as far as like changing counts at anywhere, so it's the same thing all the way through. So one down one side and turn, just follow it and go around. So when you go to start here, you're going to chain 1 and single crochet into the first, and then we're going to do a picot. I like doing picots, but some people don't. So just 1, 2, 3, so I'm chaining 1, 2, 3. See these 2 strands right here? Just slip in the hook in the strands, yarn over, pull through and through. And now you're going to single crochet then the next 3 in a row. So starting in the next one, so we go 1, 2, 3, and then that's where the picot is. So 1, 2, 3, and slip in. And then continue that really there. So then go 1, 2, and 3. So I want you to do that all the way. When you get to the point, just follow the counts, it'll match, and you'll get to the other side. So I've not just finished across. I actually thought there was something extra to the model, but there's not. I misread the instructions, so that means that we're done. What do you know, right? So this is a great idea, and I think this is a great little shawl, and hopefully you enjoyed this pattern as well. Please let me know in the comments, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.